President Trump closing in on announcing his pick for head of the FBI. One of the front runners, a very familiar name, former vice presidential candidate Joe Lieberman, who ran with Al Gore. And President Trump is preparing for his first international trip this afternoon. As we've been saying, he'll be heading to Saudi Arabia first. He's also reacting to the appointment of a special counsel, calling the investigation into his campaign and Russia a, quote, witch hunt. Our chief White House correspondent, John Carl, asked him about it and joins us now from Washington. Good morning, John.
Good morning, Robin. As the president prepares to head overseas, he is hoping to turn the page on the toughest 2 weeks of his presidency.
With his first foreign trip just hours away, a new headache for President Trump. The appointment of a special counsel to investigate Russian meddling in the presidential campaign.
Mr. President, I'd like to get your reaction to Deputy Attorney General Rod Rosenstein's decision to appoint a special counsel to investigate the Russian interference in the campaign. Was this the right move, or is this part of a witch hunt?
Well, I respect the move, but the entire thing has been a witch hunt, and there is no collusion between certainly myself and my campaign, but I can always speak for myself and the Russians, zero. I think it divides the country. I think we have a very divided country because of that and many other things.
The man who appointed the special counsel to lead the investigation was on Capitol Hill Thursday.
Did President Trump obstruct justice?
Good afternoon.
Briefing all 100 senators on the president's controversial decision to fire FBI Director James Comey, and sharing why he selected a special counsel.
He said it to make sure that the integrity of the Department of Justice was protected and to make certain the American people felt that this was going to be handled fairly and justly.
Democratic senators at the briefing said Rosenstein pushed back on White House claims that Comey was fired because of his recommendation.
He did acknowledge that he learned Comey would be removed prior to him writing his memo.
But shortly after that briefing wrapped up, President Trump offered yet another explanation for the decision, blaming Comey's most recent congressional testimony.
Then he had the very poor performance on Wednesday. That was a poor performance. So poor, in fact, that I believe, and you'd have to ask him, because I don't like to speak for other people, but I believe that's why the Deputy Attorney General went out and wrote his very, very strong letter.
But, Robin, Rosenstein's memo, which was written just days after Comey was on Capitol Hill, made no reference whatsoever to that congressional testimony.
And as you know, John, senators and others are still calling on Comey to testify. Any update where that's concerned?
Well, we've heard from Comey's associates who say he is willing to testify, that he wants to testify in open session to tell his story. But, Robin, there are at least 3 committees that are seeking him. One of them, the top Democrat in the Judiciary Committee, said that they have sent a letter to his P.O. box and still have not heard a response yet.
All right, John, thank you.